What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack them. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap, Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty, Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery, nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news, go and subscribe. Hang out with Buzzy and Goose, tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I'm skipping the whole intro. The only thing I want you to do is follow us on social media, preferably X at Bulls on Tap, at On Tap Sportsnet, at Goose on Tap, at Buzz on Tap. Go to the YouTube, subscribe if you're already there. Share it with your friends, share it with your mom. I don't give a fuck who you share it with somebody. Have them subscribe.
Share it with your mom. Share it with your mom.
Yeah, share it with your mama. And, follow us on Facebook too. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to spiel, so let's not get into that. You know where to follow us. You know where to go to listen to us. That was cocky. If you're here and you're new, welcome. Goose, listen, man, we had a weekend. We get our hearts broken by, Jimmy Butler hitting a game-winning shot. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to move into tonight. Tonight, you get a rumor before the game starts. Early this morning, at least the first time I saw it, we get Zach LaVine to the Kings rumors. I put out a tweet that might get me killed. TBD on that. Mentioning Keegan Murray for Zach LaVine is not a good thing to do by any means necessary.
Do Kings fans come for your throat? Is that what happens?
Even Bulls fans, man. They were just so
Bulls fans?
Yeah, they were just ruthless.
Bulls fans just not know who he is, or are they on the page that he's
No, because I added Caruso to the trade, so
well, unfortunately, I don't watch too much Kings basketball, but I do know that they value the kid. He's a young 3-point shooting stud, plays both ends of the floor. So in terms of a prospect that I'd like to see the Bulls get back, that definitely matches. I believe in your trade you had 2 first-round picks. Only one of them was protected.
Yeah, I just put one protection on that motherfucker. I didn't think I went crazy.
No, honestly, I think given the scenario that Zach has kind of put himself in on this team and this roster and this situational value, you probably have to add Alex Caruso in if you're going to get 2 first-round picks and Keegan Murray from the Kings for Zach LaVine, while still acquiring.
Well, you gotta give something to get something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be cocky about that. Keegan Murray could turn into a fucking 2-way star. That's something that could happen. I understand that, but I'm trying to hold at least a little value there. And then I thought by putting Caruso on the back end of it, a guy who every team gushes about, when you're making deep runs into the playoffs, you want him on your fucking bench.
I think with that, the one tweak I would make for the Bulls that would make it a little bit more fun. Add Davion Mitchell.
I like Davion Mitchell.
Get a defensive guy with the tenacity of Caruso back without the household name. Send him to the Kings and get Mitchell back in that deal as well. Get a second kind of young prospect that you can kind of maybe have a little hope for.
Yeah, for sure.
But that might be my only tweak. But I don't think you're asking for too much or too little. I think you put it right in that real realm of possibility with the value of Caruso.
He kicked his shit. He always does that. But I think I'm right, too. Technical difficulties with a lot of people on here. If you're new here, subscribe to the YouTube channel because that'd be fucking sweet. Make our dreams come true here at Bulls on Tap. He'll be back here eventually. But I didn't think it was out of the realm possibility of trades. If you're Kings fans in here because of how I titled this episode, let me know. What do you what would be a fair deal for you for Zach LaVine? We have a lot of people in here. I'm presuming they're new because I titled this very cleverly. What's up? So I want to know what they think of a potential Zach LaVine going to their team type trade. All right, let's get into this game, though. We've been talking a lot of Zach shit. Listen, man, Coby White, like you said before we came on here, he's doing some shit. 24 points for him, 2 turnovers only, 9 assists, 8 boards, 9 of 17 from the field, 2 for 6 from downtown. His streak comes to an end tonight. There would have been 15 consecutive games with 3 or more 3-pointers. That comes to an end tonight, but the Bulls pick up a dub. I'm sure he couldn't care less about that record coming to an end when his team is winning, and he's a big reason behind that win.
Bulls get a dub. Coby White still leads the Bulls in points, flirts with a triple-double to the very end of this game. And this is Coby White's team now in my books. Sorry, DeMar DeRozan.
So you're like throwing it out there.
I mean, I don't know if DeMar's going to be here past the deadline. Obviously, if I had it my way, that would not be the case, just because I think for the Bulls and for DeMar, it's going to be a better situation for both to move him to a team that's actually going to be competing/contending at this stage of his career. And the Bulls need to focus on Coby White and Patrick Williams, because Pat didn't have quite the game that he had against the Heat on Saturday tonight, but he did have a couple of big threes, did have some nice plays. Seeing Pat kind of come around the corner there and finally gain some traction and feel like he might be improving in his fourth year is nice to see as well. But biggest story still is Coby White. In my books, this is his team now. Zach LaVine, you're not allowed to come back. Coby White has commandeered this ship. Can you
just hear what the hell I said like 5 seconds ago? I'm trying to sell this guy off, and you're just fucking taking the team away from him immediately. Like, can we move him first before you?
There's no smoke and mirrors with Zach LaVine. We're not tricking any GMs, and any Kings fans that are listening to our podcast aren't going to be any more intrigued by the deal either. So De'Aaron Fox and Zach LaVine is a duo that I would be extremely excited about as a Bulls fan. It's a duo that I dreamed about when the Bulls traded Jimmy Butler. So this is, I guess for me, it would be a win. I'd get to be a Kings fan. I wouldn't have to feel guilty. Obviously, they're over there in the West. And I've always kind of been like a secret Kings fan. They've sucked for so long. And
you just gotta fucking root for them, man.
They've had some intriguing young talent over there, and obviously landed Fox, who was somebody that I was rather high on out of Kentucky. So, no, I mean, I think that would be a really fun pairing. But in terms of their assets, I need Keegan Murray in the deal. And I don't know how he's playing this year, but I do know previously he was kind of an asset that was almost seen as close to untouchable.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Again, when I threw Caruso in that potential deal for that is because I thought that, the Kings will still make the playoffs if Murray wasn't there, right? You're getting a scoring guard in Zach LaVine who's going to be motivated to clear his name. You're putting him up with a point guard like De'Aaron Fox, where he has excelled next to a very good defensive point guard in the past in Zach LaVine. I thought that if I threw that in there, maybe take the fucking picks away. Maybe take one of them.
The best basketball that we've seen out of Zach LaVine was obviously with Lonzo Ball, who was kind of a defensive first guard. De'Aaron Fox is a much better drive and kick ball handler than Zoe, not quite the spacer or 3-point shooter. But in terms of being able to utilize Zach as a catch and shoot player, De'Aaron Fox's style of play at the point guard is phenomenal. And his defense will most definitely cover up for a lot of Zach's flaws. So I guess the thing that's weird for me in that scenario would be, I guess you are trading 2 3-and-D guys in Harrison Barnes and Keegan Murray and acquiring Zach LaVine. Your defense probably is going to sink.
It's going to dip a little bit.
And then you've also got the fact that although I know we all agree Sabonis is a better player than Vucevic at this point of their careers.
Not close.
Similar pairing combination in the sense that, I don't know, just a little bit.
I remember the 35 games of excellence.
Not really a rim. I don't know. Obviously,
remember the 35 games of excellence, Goose. He played next to Vooch with Lonzo orchestrating that whole thing just fine. Did he not?
Look at you being the salesman.
I'm fucking trying to sell here, dude. I'm trying to make the shit happen, all right? I'm trying to help the fan base. I'm sick.
Yeah, no.
Look at me. Look at these things behind me. Sick. This is what happens. Fucking sick to death. I'm just trying to sell this guy so we can start building towards something where we fucking win again.
No, at this point, I mean, we've made it to December 15th. It's pretty clear that the Bulls obviously do not have a deal lined up with the team that has players available at this point. So we're still kind of holding off for that January 15th date with the Lakers. What's funny is Austin Reeves in the play-in in-season tournament, rather, kind of, took his value to a point where I don't would you trade him for Zach LaVine? I don't know.
If I'm trading Zach to the Lakers or DeMar, Any fucking deal I'm doing that in, I'm bringing Reeves back. And you can cry all you want. You have to give something to give something. And Rui don't tickle my fancy. D'Lo don't tickle my fancy. I don't want any of those motherfuckers. Give me Reeves. I want Reeves. Put him with Coby. Put him with Coby and Pat. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
What's going to happen? They're going to suck and I'm going to get my draft pick?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
continuity is continuity. All this had it was Zach the bad apple. There's so many storylines you can go with this shit. I mean it's unfucking real.
I don't think Zach is just the bad apple.
Well, bullshit. Look at this. They're competing against teams that would have whooped their ass with him in the lineup about a month ago. Right?
You know what, Buzz? But that doesn't make me happy either. As
Well,
much as I enjoy it on the nightly basis, I felt better that Jimmy Butler gamed us. I can't get mad at a win against, the reigning MVP here, and that's not something that I'm going to do. I'm not going to get mad at that.
You wanted them to come back and win that motherfucker at the end, didn't you? Yeah, I know. I was thinking it too. I'm not going to lie to everybody. I was thinking it too. I'm like, come on, man. Fucking just give me that.
They're coming back like that foul call on DeMar, and they challenge it, and I was like, that wasn't a foul. It's fine. Give Philly the ball. That wasn't a foul. Just give him the ball. So what are we even thinking about? But DeMar flops all the time. I don't know. It wasn't a foul. Give him the ball.
Winning's infectious, though, man. I mean, Kobe's doing it. I mean, Patrick Williams, I know he only scored 13 on 13 shots tonight, but again, he was all over the place, it seemed like. I was actually worried when he went down. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. Still think he's a bench player, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. He's hitting the shots when he needs to.
Tonight. He had that kind of reverse dunk on the baseline. That was earlier in the game, in the second quarter. But to close the game, he had those two big threes. So, no, Pat's been coming into his own. Probably had the best game of his career against the Heat. Of course, we skipped that one because you had Juice's sister's wedding.
I did. I drank some beer. Actually, I had Jack and Coke.
Oh.
I know. Dude, that's my fancy drink. When I start drinking.
Drink.
Yeah, I feel like it's Trailer Park Hollywood. You know what I mean? But that's what I do.
Trailer Park. Yeah, that sounds about right.
No, of course. Look at me. Of course.
Drink.
Yeah, it's my fancy drink. So I had a couple of those, and I saw Jimmy Butler game us on the highlights, and I was like, damn, it was brutal. But, I mean, what a bounce-back game, though. Kendall Gill called this potentially the biggest win of the season for the Chicago Bulls.
To get gamed by Jimmy Butler and to bounce back the way they did tonight against a team that is going to be in the playoffs and probably, a contender, a team that nobody's really going to want to play because Joel Embiid is dominant, had 40 points tonight.
Guy almost fouls out of the game. He's got 40 and 14 and 6. Almost falls out of the game. He still gets 37 minutes and just beasts and feasts. He's fucking good, but you know who held his own against him? Vooch did. Vooch put up.
You know what? I hope Vooch's trade value is going up because that would be great.
23, 8 and 4, and he was only a minus.
You know what? 4. All-star. Vucevic, all-star. No Zach LaVine. Vucevic is an all-star. Zach's not the problem. We got to trade him before we accept that he was the problem.
I told you already know. I told you I trade everybody. I'm just trying to get picks. I'm trying to hoard over here.
Yeah, no, we need to hoard.
You know who's my untouchables right now? You're never gonna believe it.
Coby White. Patrick.
Yep, I got 3 untouchables right now.
All right, who's the third?
Well, you got to guess the second.
Coby White.
Coby White's number 1.
Okay, Patrick Williams.
Okay, I like Pat a lot. But, I mean...
Pat is not untouchable?
No, not for me, no.
Dude, who the freak else on this roster? Julian Phillips? Or Ornlap Bittum? Like,
yeah, dude, it was OB. It was OB and Dalen, dude. It was OB and Dalen.
When did Dalen become a player?
Yeah, because you know what? He gave me 10 fucking minutes and he tried hard, all right? More than I saw Zach LaVine do all year. Oh, see, now I killed it. Now you pissed me off and I fucked up.
That is a lie. Zach LaVine had a career high in points already this year.
Did they win?
They lost to the Detroit Pistons, who have lost 20 games in a row. But that does not matter because Zach LaVine had a career high in points. I don't know if Dalen Terry has 50 points in his career, Buzz.
Listen, I'm mentally unstable right now from all the fucking people talking mean to me on Twitter.
Okay, but seriously, who are your untouchables?
No, that was it. It was just Coby White.
Just Coby White's the other one?
Yeah, I was just being funny about Dalen and OB.
I mean, and to be fair, that's not an unrealistic approach to the situation.
Yeah, no, I think what Kobe
price was right for Pat, or if you told me that I don't.
Well, would you say that Kobe's elevated the value of Nikola Vucevic in this stretch?
Yeah.
I mean, Kobe's not only playing good himself,
but he's elevating the play of others, which
right.
is what you want out of a point guard. So as much as we can say that he's not a true point guard and he's not a point guard, he is elevating the play of his teammates, and they are winning basketball and competing nightly. So it's kind of a conundrum there. Is Coby
Did he
White
become a point guard?
I think he became a point guard.
That's fucking nuts because we fought hard for that on this show for a while.
I think you took the ball out of Zach LaVine's hands. You left Coby White as a starter. My expectations for Coby coming into the season were flirting with like a 6 Man of the Year award. But being a starting point guard that's been averaging over 20 points a game since Zach has been out, like you mentioned earlier, his consecutive 3-point threes per game made streak ended tonight, but only 4 players, I believe, ever in the NBA history have done that previously as well.
Yeah.
So historical heater, and the kid's doing it.
It's so prolonged too, and like the heater itself is what we need to talk about. Is not just because of how long it goes, but the stakes that go with it. I mean, right? Like you're kind of showing right now.
Well, he's not playing for a contract.
Right.
He already got his contract.
It's a team-friendly deal already. He's basically saying like, okay, man, you gave a shot on this guy. You paid him a ton of money, and I understand why you had to do it. I get it. But like, look what I'm doing now.
Look what I'm doing now for $12 million a year.
Right.
You bet on me. I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I'm going to play the way that Billy wants me to play. No questions asked. Which is, I think, the biggest thing is just simply the way that the ball moves. It doesn't stick. We're still obviously last in pace, but that's okay. Which is weird because Coby White's one of the fastest players in the league with the ball in his hands.
That's got to be the average, man. I feel like we would get up and down the court pretty good right now. I feel like it happens.
Yeah, with Coby and Io out there, I'd like to think so. But then again, I guess you do have Vooch out there kind of trudging along, and DeMar to an extent as well.
Oh my God, when Coby and Io were running in the first quarter and DeMar walked the ball up, that was about like, look at the 10 minute mark, somewhere in there, and he walked, I about had a conniption fit. I did. I was getting fucking irritated. I'm like, why would you do that? Push the fucking pace. They're all obviously wanting to run. And he didn't run.
Run, DeMar. Our slogan is "Run with us."
Yeah, it's run with us, not fucking trot.
Not walk
with us, right?
Don't walk with us. Run with us.
So fun stats from the night, Goose. Patrick Williams, 37 minutes. These guys have been getting heavy minutes. These 4 have been getting heavy minutes over the last couple games. But 37 minutes for Patrick Williams, 5 for 13 from the field, 3 for 4 from downtown. He had 13.6 boards. DeRozan, 37 minutes, 5 for 15 from the field. No 3-pointers attempted for DeRozan. He's been averaging at least 1 a game all year long. 5 for 6 from the free throw line. He finishes with 15 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and 4 steals. 1 block for DeMar DeRozan. 23 points, 8 boards, 4 assists for Vooch on 10 of 18 shooting, 3 for 17. I already read you guys Kobe's. I'll read it again because it's that fucking sweet. 24 points, 8 boards, 9 assists for Coby White. Io gives you 4 points in 19 minutes. Dalen Terry gives you 10 minutes off the bench. He had 5 and 8. Javon Carter hit a couple big shots tonight. Hit 4 3-pointers for the Bulls as well. 4 for 8 from downtown. All 4 of his field goal attempts that were made were from downtown. He finished with 12 points. And then Caruso, 31 minutes, 5 for 8. 10 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal.
Just the fact that guy played basketball and he is readily available to be traded is fantastic. Now, find a deal and get that over with while that remains the case, please.
Wow, man. You just went right into that, huh?
It's just, that's the conundrum with Caruso. I love the guy. I wish you could keep him. If I thought that he would take a even reasonable contract to stay here in the future to be your vet, your role model, your example, I'd be all for it. Love the guy. Has been nothing but pure enjoyment to watch anytime he touches the floor because he does nothing but give you everything he has on every play. So he's going to be a guy that I'm really upset to see go. Probably one of the best decisions, one of the only good decisions that this front office has made in their tenure to this point. So don't ruin that great decision and the contract that you gave him by holding on to him too long like you've done with almost every other asset that you have. The time is now. move him before it's too late, cash in to the highest bidder, and shit like you proposed. Attach him to Zach LaVine. Make your Zach LaVine deal look respectable.
That's what I'm saying. Make it look sweet. You know what I mean? Make it look sweet. And I don't know. Like I said, man, did you see that tweet? I didn't think. Like I said, I know.
I saw the tweet. I don't dare really click on comments at all very much anymore.
Oh, I'll tell you, man, dude. People are still fucking ruthless out there.
So, but no, I did not click on the thread underneath the tweet, but I did see the tweet.
I was really close. One of the people on there said something pretty ignorant. I almost put back, I could drag my balls on your forehead. I didn't say it, though. I thought about it, but I would remain PC. I did. I could say it on our show, though, because fuck you, it's our show. You know, so I could do that.
That is the nice thing about it being our show. Is like, you know, you don't want to do the show, don't have to do the show.
No, we're not doing it.
You want to talk about dragging balls on people's forehead?
I'm going to do it.
You can do it.
And we're going to come here, we're going to talk Bulls, and we're going to have fun while we fucking do it, while we're actively trying to tank.
As long as you don't vape on our show, you can do whatever you want.
That's true. We push back.
The good news is I quit vaping, so I don't.
Did you really? Good for you, dude.
It's been well over a week since I've had some nicotine.
Wow, man, that's good for you. Me too.
Yes. Yeah. Wow.
I have not had a beer.
You put down the nicotine stick too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I know that was kind of like your little closet basement thing for a while.
Yeah, that was my vice for a long time. I need my nicotine, but right now I'm good. I have not had a beer sinst Sunday. Today's Monday. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. I'll make it.
You had recovery beers after the wedding,
Yeah.
and now you've just had Sour Patch Kids for.
No, dude, I have not eaten candy in a minute.
Sour Patch Kids either?
No, dude, my stomach
So
issues.
you've been without booze for 12 hours and you haven't had Sour Patch.
I had no candy either, dude. I got some regular gummy bears up there. I might tear them bitches up in a little bit.
Regular gummy. Those things are so hard.
No, they're brand new. They're you know that place? What that place in Indiana called? That's what she said. That place. What's that place in Indiana called?
Aldi? I don't think that's.
No, Albany. They're fucking expensive gummy bears. I can't think of it. Then no free ads. We don't give free ads away here.
The only ones I know of are the Haribo ones or whatever.
The
fuck
fuck kind of.
That you like break your jaw on like this when you chew them.
I never even heard of that shit. All right, next game is against the Lakers. That's Wednesday. That is at home. This starts a home stretch of 5 consecutive games at home.
Oh, you mean we're going to drop Zach LaVine off?
No, it's at home.
It's at home? They got to come pick him up.
That's true, yeah. I mean, they can fly into Midway or O'Hare, wherever they go. But, yeah, Los Angeles on Wednesday. On Thursday, San Antonio. On Saturday, Cleveland.
Cam Reddish.
Cleveland's in trouble.
If the Zach LaVine to – I know, I have read that. And I've read that the Bulls have tried – was it Mitchell that they tried?
No, they tried for Garland, dude.
It was Garland.
Oh, my God, that would have been your wet dream.
I mean, Fox is still that guy, but Garland was another one of those point guards that I definitely was very like, yes, the Bulls need this guy.
Yeah.
So, wow, no, Cleveland's in trouble. Lauri Markkanen's going to get traded for 5 first-round picks. It's definitely a weird, like, I don't know. Do I want to say
you trade Zach LaVine for Lauri Markkanen?
No. As much as I love Lauri, I don't want to see him back here anymore.
There's a lot of hot takes of people saying they would.
Oh, I know. AK's got too much pride for that shit.
Can't ask me because I'm a hater.
We've read with continuity so long. There's no way that man swallows his pride.
So it's funny you say that. So Doug Tonis, I have conversed with Doug Tonis before, but I've never really met to talk with him. But I can't tell his whole persona. He always talks in sarcasm, so I can't really fucking tell what he's ever saying. But I had put a picture because I thought it was funny about, Coby White balling. So I put continuity and I put a picture of Eversley and AK laughing. And then he quote tweeted it and put what you are seeing right now is a guy Garpax brought in play like a superstar and carry this team. I felt like it was a good zinger because I was praising Acme for a second. I don't know if he doesn't follow me, so I don't think he fucking gets my shtick. But Doug, I will teach you it. Don't worry. So I then replied and said, that's very true too. But Acme kept him around and then paid him. Huh. Doug, don't play with me. All right, that's my closing thoughts.
No, I mean, to be fair, Buzz.
Shit, I think Doug's cool.
To be fair, Buzz. Jimmy really have just reaped the rewards of
No, they have.
their backs. I mean, and they've botched it.
Well, have they?
Too.
Their 35 games of excellence was them.
Their 35 games of excellence of going all in around Zach LaVine before it crumbled.
That was them.
That was them.
Look,
You're
man,
right.
Dalen Terry got
You
10
traded
minutes tonight,
like 4
Okay.
years of intentional suckage, the remnants of the Jimmy Butler trade, and you turn that into 35 games of excellence in one playoff game victory. And that's what we're gonna ride on.
I'm okay with that.
GTFO.
I'm okay with that. Fuck it. Ride on it, man.
I mean, yeah. If Coby White ends up being an all-star on a $12 million contract, we'll ride with it. But
Okay.
at the same time,
I want you to answer this question right now.
Go shoot.
Is he gonna be an all-star?
I don't think it's gonna be an all-star.
Okay.
I mean, I guess maybe with the injuries in the East, with Garland being injured, with the Mitchell thing, like I don't know, maybe, but no, it's not gonna happen.
That'd be fucking crazy, dude.
I mean,
how cool of a storyline would that be?
It would be a great storyline, and the Bulls have been winning, and their success of late has been because of Coby White, but it's not gonna happen.
I hope
the guard spot is way too deep in the NBA. Jalen Brunson's probably going to get a spot.
Oh, of course.
So guard spot.
Selfishly, like I said, man, let's see Coby White paired next to one of these young cats coming out in the draft.
I
see it.
Give me Coby White and Cooper Flag, and let's do some shit.
2024. Wait.
Yeah, I know.
What year is it right now?
It'll be
2025. Cooper Flag's 2025.
Yeah.
Hey, man, tank for Cooper Flag, dude.
Well, that's this roster has to get bad enough because we owe the Spurs a pick that year unless it's in the top 4 or 5, I believe.
I can't believe we have 6 straight home games like that. It's fucking dope. They're home for the rest of the month.
Wow, that's got to feel good too. Because
Christmas, New Year's, and shit. That's got to be great for those guys. Wow, good for them. All right, my closing thoughts. You guys know I want to tank, but I love to have fun. So I had fun tonight. It's a great game. Thank you, all the new people that came in here. And subscribe to the YouTube if you did. If you didn't, then there you go. And that's about it. Goose, closing words, closing thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Coby White's going to keep carrying this team to competitive games and maybe 2 occasional victories for our liking, I'm obviously not going to be upset by it. It has been a lot more enjoyable the last few weeks with the team's tension being down and the success kind of moving in the right direction. Whether it's the wrong time for it is a different conversation. But to see Coby White flirting with 30-point triple doubles and having this heater in the time where Bulls fans needed it most because depression was definitely setting in.
Her bad.
Real bad. Was getting really hard to get on this show. So, we will thank Coby White for another great day of basketball, and let's enjoy the ride while we can, and hopefully Acme do their part and just get some of these pieces moving so we know what we're working with to close the year.
I love the last thoughts. We'll see you guys after the Bulls take on the Lakers. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. See you Wednesday. Let's go.